Bloody hell, sweating here. Boiling. Baking. Roasting. Oh, it's like a sauna. Furnace. Oh, I left a bit, darling. You could fry an egg on my stomach. It wouldn't lap this up. Fabulous. Fantastic. Fan-dabby-dozy-tastic.
Hello all you hardcore boxing fans out there, how are you doing? It's Russ here from Porky's Corner. You know, don't you? You know. Today we've got boxing royalty in front of us at Club KO, Queen's Road, Buckhurst, Essex at YEAR.JIM. And we've got Jim McDonnell, legendary Jim McDonnell. How are you doing, Jim?
Oh, good now, mate.
Brilliant. You're looking still as fit as a butcher's dog.
Trying my best, trying my best.
I've heard some stories from some of the people who live around here telling me tales about you and James DeGale running up and down here 4 AM in the morning 18, 19, 20 times from top of hill to bottom. Is that true?
100%, yeah.
And you did that every day?
Not every day, no.
No?
That was part of the preparation for a big fight.
And everybody used to say James DeGale were unfit, didn't they?
We won a world title, same mate.
Oh yeah, and a gold medal at Olympics, yeah. It just shows you, doesn't it? Probably because he didn't have that like boxer's physique like a lot of them have, didn't he? Yeah. And how is James?
Yeah, it's good, man. I'll speak to him about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it's good.
Would he do well today if he come back?
He'd do well in here.
Yeah.
And they say, don't give them an Olympic gold medal for it.
Yeah. You started off with Mickey Duff, did you? Am I right with that? Yeah. And you worked with Jimmy Tibbs?
No, Jimmy Tibbs was a trainer.
Yeah.
We boxed out Terry Lawrence this year. It was all on the Mickey Duff right promotions. And then I stayed there. And then in the 1989, I left that Mickey Duff camp and joined Barry O at Matchroom. And he put some good fights for me off the time. And then that's the world title against Barry McGuigan, Nelson, and boxed on big shows and just got to be top of the bill and get all your plaudits.
Yeah, you lived a life, didn't you, Jim, when you were a boxer, obviously. I've heard stories and I've done my own work and that. Mark Tibbs tells me a good story. He says, Russell, I'll tell you a good Jimmy Mack story. I says, go on then. He says, we've gone down Rathbone Road, is it? To a sweet shop after we've been training and we're in Down Market. Me, Jimmy Mack, Ray Gutoof, is it? Yeah. A few other people, he says, and we were all reading the top shelf magazines and I thought, where's Jimmy Mack? I looked round and he's there with his head in Boxing News looking for rankings. Well, they're all there with the sweets and looking at the top shelf. Good days, Jim.
Yeah, brilliant.
You miss it?
Yeah, I had a warning at the start of my career. Enjoy your career whilst it's here, because you flick your fingers and it's gone. And I always remember them words. So throughout my career, I appreciated all the moments winning the ABAs, winning the titles, winning the boxing for the world title, boxing world champions, boxing at the highest level, winning the European title. So all through my career, I always appreciate the moment because I knew, and it's true, it goes like that. My trainer always said, when I speak amateur coach, she always say, see your career, that's how quick it goes. You'll be looking back and where's that gone? Them words are the truest words I've ever heard. Because even to this day, I think I could still get up and go and train and fight now.
Yeah.
But like, your career's done years ago.
Yeah.
It's mad.
So you miss it then, don't you?
When I first came out of the sport, I missed it, and after 7 years I had to come back. I boxed the ball, I knew a 6-rounder. I got in the ring and realised that it was different. It weren't the same. And like, even though I didn't box, I wasn't that good. Like, it was easy. But it was just like, God, man, you've been boxing someone good, man, you've been boxing a world champion, you've been in trouble. So yeah, it's got a shelf life, and once that's done, you've got to move on.
Yeah. I've done my own work. Before I've come down here, I've gone through a lot of stuff on the internet, read a lot of old magazines and that. You were accused back in the day of training too hard, Jim. Do you feel that that's right for people to say that you overtrained?
Do you know what? It's an interesting thing because obviously I'm a trainer now myself, and I look at the sport diligently. I look from. I don't think you can overtrain. You can under-rest.
Yeah.
I think if you get the balance right, which I now have as a coach,
Yeah.
I think you're fine. But the training sessions I do, I would pretty much guarantee on the day of a contest, if both of them fighters in that ring, when they had to do the test of fight fitness, the more boys would come out on top. Because I don't think their opposition will be able to do what they do in training the build up to get to the level they get to. Because it's just, unless you've done it, you won't be able to achieve it. And in the ring, it ain't no different. Once you get past that round 6, round 7, and you're in that pace, in your boxing at that tempo, then unless you've done the homework and you've put all the bits of the jigsaw together, the full picture ain't going to be there. And I've seen so many of my boys successfully in the second half of fights with the pressure and the relentlessness. It ain't just the boxing we need, it's the fitness, fight fitness.
Do you think that fitness is the biggest thing in boxing to get you through it?
No, it's a jigsaw. You've got to have all the pieces.
Yeah.
Like if you ain't got the boxing ability, you ain't going to go nowhere.
Yeah.
You've got to be able to box. You've got to be able to fight. You've got to be able to rough it out. You've got to be able to take a good shot. You've got to be able to go through the gears late in a fight. You've got to be prepared to dig in. You've been out by a body shot. Got a nice shot. You go through all mad situations in fights, and you test it all the time. That's why experience is a big factor in fighters coming through. So that when they do hit these moments, they've dealt with them in the past. And I'm a strong believer in you've got to be in unbelievable condition, and not just physically, mentally, and the two work together, they combine together.
Yeah. Well, what best guy you went in with? Because obviously you fought pound for pound guys like Barry McGuigan and Zuma Nelson, that. But what best guy all round fighter you've been in with?
Do you know what? There's a lot of them. Both amateur and pro. I've boxed a lot of brilliant amateurs. I've boxed a lot of brilliant pros. I think a very underestimated fighter I boxed as a pro was the WBA world champion, Brian Mitchell from South Africa.
Yeah.
He was technically absolutely outstanding. From the outside looking in, he weren't overwhelming, but technically he was so brilliant. He had levels, he moved it off the line, he had good feet, good timing. That was a world title fight. And and obviously I boxed Nelson, I boxed McGuigan. I boxed a lot of great fighters. I boxed Sam George Bottiglieri, European, who was like a great fighter. So and it's just getting a combination of all the styles and learning how to deal with all the different things that get thrown at you.
When you fought Barry McGuigan, did you feel that he was best Barry McGuigan, or did you feel that you should have fought him years before?
Boxing's all about timing. Boxing's all about timing. So obviously he's younger than me. He's world champion when I was in the queue to get a world title fight. I always wanted that world title fight when he was world champion, but for one reason or another it never happened. But I think boxing's about styles. In boxing, it's understanding that A beats B, B beats C, but C beats A. I'm A and he's B. B for Barry. So it's about styles. There's probably fighters that he could beat that I might not be able to beat. I've got to know who them fighters are. So when you're matching your mind, you've got to make the right fight for the right time. Anyone who's aggressive who comes to me, I'll beat them every day of the week. Yeah. Tailor-made. So they go on the back foot and they're long, get a lot harder. So I think stylistically, it's all about style. So it's a great outstanding fight. Brilliant fight, absolutely brilliant fight. Big puncher, great body puncher, natural movement, fast hands. Just had everything, world class. Yeah.
You've obviously, what made you take up training and that? Was that your natural progression to go into training, do you think?
Yeah, I think I was known when I was training, I was pretty relentless myself. I've done mad things in training, like mad numbers in training. I've hit things that most fighters probably couldn't do training-wise. So for me, it was a natural progression. It was saying I always looked up to trainers, and my own trainer, Ronnie Smith, in outstanding. Kevin Hickett, the England squad, George Francis, and a lot of training with Frank Black, a lot of guys, Jimmy Chibbs, all them guys. I just learn things off and pick things up. And boxing was a passion of mine. So at the end of my career, it was part of the jigsaw to put together. It was all about plans to do at a later date. And so for me, it was just to follow up my boxing career and become the top trainer. So I enjoy both of them.
I've been told that you've got the record, aren't you, running up Mount Tidy in Tenerife?
Yeah.
How long have you held that for? Is it right, about 20 years or something? 20
A lot of years, yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's still not been beat?
It's, it will never get beat. No one will ever beat that. No one will ever beat it.
I've heard a few have had a go at it, haven't they? Nigel Burn, Flop.
Yeah, no one's going to beat it. No one's going to beat it.
There's
I'll tell you now.
There's another one who were going to beat it and he didn't. You'll probably know them all.
Yeah, a lot of people have tried to check that thing. A lot of people have gone, how can you do it that many times?
Yeah.
I know no one can ever beat it. I know how hard that is.
Yeah, yeah.
To beat it, I just can't see anyone ever beating it. I can't see anyone ever beating it.
Maybe you're just built for it, Jim.
It's not just the physical, it's the mind.
Yeah.
And I know my mind's different to everyone's. So the only reason I can do that is because I am a bit mad. And like, to do that, even though I can't believe I've done it. When I look back at it, it's just.
And what's
crazy.
the time for it?
It's the fact you've got to do 20 reps, you've got to try and keep them all under the time.
Yeah.
And to do it, you just got to be mad.
Yeah.
It's hard, it's very hard.
Yeah.
I know people who've tried it who are really good athletes, good runners,
Yeah.
and they can't even get halfway to what I've done.
Yeah.
So I know that none of them can beat it.
Yeah. You trained Danny Williams. Tell me about Danny Williams and Scott Welch, because this was a bit of a period where you were training heavyweights, wasn't it?
Yeah, I've trained a few good heavyweights. Herbie Hyde, World title.
Yeah.
Scott Welch won the British and Commonwealth title. Obviously Danny was British champion, European. Had some big wins, beat Mike Tyson.
Yeah, beat Mike. So what was that like?
Yeah, it was fantastic because no one gives Danny Williams a chance. And because Danny was a brilliant boxer, but mentally, everyone said he's got a weakness because on the big occasion he freezes. So in that fight, me knowing boxing is 80% mental, I worked as much with him mentally as I did physically. Because when he walked out against Tyson, I was his trainer and I could feel the intimidation. So if I was a fighter going in there to get my head took off, I could see why a lot of fighters get destroyed by Tyson. So with Danny, it was a preach situation. Even walking to the ring, I had to be in zero all the time. Because I cannot explain to people what it's like to go and fight someone who seemed to demolish every person that been put in front of him. So walking out for that fight, it was Danny's mind, not his body, that had to be in the right place. And that was the job that I've done with him. That's why he got the win.
Yeah. Who's been the best kid that you've trained, or have they all had the different attributes?
Listen, there's a lot of brilliant fighters who are good in different areas. And then you look at James DeGale creating history, winning the Olympic gold medal, and becoming the first British Olympian to transfer from a top amateur to become a world champion as a professional. So from a personal point of view, that gave me a lot of self-satisfaction because he's made that progression. He's gone from being an 800 metre runner to a marathon runner at the highest level. And to do it, it was a transformation. And James will tell you himself, it was just a completely different world to what he'd ever done before. So that was a proud moment to see history made like he did when he won the world title. So
yeah, his first gold medalist from the UK.
First ever, yeah.
And he's obviously settled for life, James, isn't he? Now?
Oh yeah, 100%, yeah, 100%.
He's done well at that job, hasn't he?
Very
You were
well.
a good team, weren't you?
Yeah, we was together right the way through. He was loyal, 100%. When he had a setback, unlike most fighters, they all blame their trainer.
Yeah, I was about to mention that.
Yeah.
I read about this morning.
With James, like, when he had a setback, he blamed himself, and we went again and cracked on together, done everything together right from beginning to end. So it was a great journey. And,
Were there ever any moments where you thought that he didn't want you to train him?
Listen, everyone's human. When you get beat, everyone's in your ear.
Yeah.
You've got people all saying, "No, what the trainer? I think the trainer got it wrong." And as a fighter, you're all looking for excuses. So it's like, actually, yeah, it weren't my fault. It was my trainer's fault. So the trainer always takes the blame. But with James DeGale, when he got beat, I remember him saying, like, "Bro, I got beat. It weren't nothing to do with it." He goes, "I've done everything in training I like to do. Like this, it was just on the night." So like, it's just shit happens. So even for that, I've got to respect him a lot because he was just an outstanding talent, one of the best he's come to the
Yeah. Yeah, we all remember DeGale against Groves. That could have gone either way, couldn't it? Really?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you look at that fight. I watched that fight back. You know, a lot of people thought James won it, but obviously because it was both fighters, both domesticated, both in each other. But again, that was the power of James DeGale. Because after that fight, he could have went, you know what, it's my trainer's fault. See you later. But what he done, he picked himself up and went on to win the world title.
Yeah.
But he could have easily went, you know what, brought someone else in, couldn't do the job, and he would never been world champion.
Yeah. And obviously you had Scott Welch, didn't you? You did well with him, didn't you?
Scott Welch, Herbie Hyde, Danny Williams. I've had quite a few good heavyweights. So like, yeah, I've got a good one at the moment, a Russian Lucian already.
What have you got at the moment?
Lucian.
Yeah, he's doing all right. Yeah.
Yeah, he's only a novice. He's early days. But he's, I've got a little thing with heavyweights. I've got little things I know how to do with them, and I know the heavyweight division well, and I know what works in heavyweight boxing, and that's why all the heavyweights I've trained have done well. Herbie High won a world title.
Yeah,
Danny Williams was very close to doing it. Scott Wells boxed a world title, won a British Commonwealth. So yeah, heavyweights. Yeah, I've got a good little family with the heavyweights.
Would you take any more heavyweights on if anybody were unhappy with the trainer, Jim?
Listen, if there's an opportunity there and I see something in them, then yeah. But I've also turned down lots as well because time's there to be used, not wasted. If someone don't want to put the work in that I'm prepared to put into them, ain't going to work. So yeah, so it just depends on the individual and the potential.
Brilliant. All right, then, well, listen, I'm going to put this on my boxing royalty series with Jimmy Tibbs and Glyn Rhodes and all them boys. All right. So thanks very much.
Nice one, mate.
You've been class act.
Cheers, mate.
Take care, Jim.
Top man, mate.
All right.